الكل الفلسطيني في الوطن والشتات.
A meeting between Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz, a first in more than a decade between top officials, has stirred renewed hope that a revival of peace talks between the two sides is imminent. Their meeting yielded several decisions. Among them, Israel agreed to resolve residency issues for some 5,000 families living in the West Bank. Attorney Mohammed Gilo has been married to a Jordanian woman for 5 years. He is one of hundreds who gathered outside the Civil Affairs Ministry to submit a family reunification application. But he won't benefit from the news because his wife lives outside the Palestinian territories.
My wife lives in Jordan, and we can't be together. I am one of many who suffer from this problem. I have a 7-month-old baby I haven't seen in 6 months.
Israel also agreed to loan $150 million to the PA, authorize work permits for an additional 15,000 workers, and allow the Palestinian telecommunication businesses to get 4G cellular service. Ammar Akir, CEO at Palestine Telecom Group, the largest telecom company in the Palestinian territories, says introducing 4G service will have a massive impact on the local economy.
It will have a major impact. Any increase in the broadband in any economy, not only in Palestine, any economy in the world. When you have better broadband penetration rate, you will always have better economy.
Akir says starting budget to make the move hovers around $50 million. He hopes this step will help the future of the Palestinian digital economy.
We were left behind for several years, and now we are trying to catch up with the rest of the world.
Although the Palestinian Authority hails these latest understandings as a major breakthrough in its dealings with Israel, but many Palestinians beg to differ. They say they have jeopardized the Palestinian cause.
It is not an achievement, neither large nor medium nor small. A meeting with limited facilities, nothing more, nothing less.
Nabil Amir, former PA Information Minister, says what happened came at the decision of the U.S. administration.
They want to save the PA from collapse, and they also want to end the internal tension in Palestinian society and on the Palestinian arena without being accompanied by tangible steps to restore the peace talks or negotiations.
Dr. Nasser Abdel Karim, professor of finance and economics in the Graduate Studies Department at the Arab American University in Ramallah, says there is an Israeli, American, and regional interest for the PA to remain in place and able to perform its functions.
The nature of these functions is more security and service to the Palestinians, and this is acceptable to Israel.
Abdel Karim says the American policy is nothing more than a revival of an initiative previously rejected by the Palestinians, the so-called Deal of the Century, which was introduced by former U.S. President Donald Trump.
This is politically disturbing, and it may benefit the authority economically. This is more consistent with Kushner and Netanyahu's proposal, which was called economic peace. In essence, it's not much different.
The new measures are aimed at stimulating and strengthening the Palestinian economy.
After the increase in the number of work permits, we're talking about 200,000 Palestinian workers, pumping into the economy a huge amount of cash, 10 billion shekels annually. In an economy like that of the Palestinians, whose size does not exceed $10 to $12 billion annually, this is considered huge.
But even with that, the U.S.-educated Abdel Karim disputes the notion that if there is a flourishing economy, people will abandon their political and national ambitions.
Israel aspires and desires to see Palestinian citizens live in luxury, but only on the condition that they guarantee Israel's security. This is the new equation: security versus economy. In the past, it was land for peace. This is impossible, a wrong perception. Peres and Netanyahu adopted it. By the way, during the first and second intifadas, the economic conditions of the people were the best.
For now, the Palestinian Authority is breathing a sigh of relief. It's betting that economic stability will secure its political future and keep it around for a while. From Ramallah, the West Bank, Mohammed Al Qasim, reporting for the Media Line.